What's going on, everyone? My name is Goochmiss, and we are playing the Stanley Parable 2. And yes, I do mean Stanley Parable 2. Look, it says the sequel is now paused. It's 2. But if you didn't check out my other 2 episodes, go ahead and check those out, and you'll be all caught up with what we're doing today. Yeah, let's go to the warehouse and go to the end.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Yeah, bucket was
Stanley
wrong.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Well, there has to be the,
Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the
God,
top.
oh, there
There's
it
something
is.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets
Damn.
can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah, no problem, Bucket. You and me. To the end of time. Okay, so there's definitely something
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes, Bucket. Whatever you need from me, I will do. Unquestioning loyalty. Is this the wife ending or whatever?
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay. Just you and me, Bucket forever.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh,
Once
no.
upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
No, don't make this all sad and weird and meta. If I just sit here and push the button over and over. 427. I don't like this. That was a nice place, actually. Ah, Bucket friend, yay. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your Bucket. Press X to take me to work with you.
The Stanley
no.
Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Indeed. But aren't you also a voice in my head? Press N to take me back to work with you. Take me back home with you, my bad.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Well, you know, all you can do is try. Just be like, hey, I'm a little concerned about you in the bucket. But, you know, if he's keeping up his schedule...
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me.
Yes.
It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Indeed, but it, you know... Whatever works for you, I get. Where's Bucket? Bucket friend. Oh, there it is. A slightly different... Don't listen to the loud man. Press SF for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
The bucket is better. Okay? Press U to ignore anyone in your life except me. No problem.
It's sad.
and
I
me
suppose
forever
he doesn't
bucket.
need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
No, it's my bucket. Fuck off, dude. The bucket. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press V to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
I have no idea what you're trying to say, dude. Press L to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my
God.
What am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
It really is, though. I leave? My bucket. Oh, here it is. Press L to go to home, to work, to home, to work, to home. I mean, that feels like my life right now.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Perhaps
If I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
We'll see.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
No,
Give it
my
to me
bucket.
now. Give it, or I'll...
Oh, is the bucket gonna kill him? Oh. Bucket? Bucket.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I liked that one. That was a dope ending. It's never the end, it's never the end, never the end. I mean, bucket friend, don't fuck around. Kinda like the jar friends in Elden Ring.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Wow, they're really trying to co-opt me to the bucket. You know what? It has more than work. I love this thing. The bucket is love and life. Love and life.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to get... Oh. There's something there's somewhere red and blue. So that is past that point. It's just no buckets are allowed past that point. So I gotta go there, but without the bucket. Okay, gotcha. Fire. Near a fireplace. I think the only fireplace is in the boss's room. A large room with lots of boxes. Of course, the warehouse.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can get... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We're going to try and take the escape route. I want to see if it's any different. Did you hear a girl whisper Stanley? Is that part of the music? I just never noticed before.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
Wait,
the
is there
bucket
something new
guiding
here?
him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Huh. I'll check that out next time I come in here with the bottles. Bottles were weird. Oh, hi.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better
Figlies are pretty
encapsulates the
nice.
intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I love it. Why is there one here? Oh, the fireplace. Duh. I'm an idiot. Alright, there's 2 other endings we can still get down here. Let's try the escape.
Stanley and the bucket walked
This is
straight
also a
ahead
really
through the
meta
large
one.
door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
We don't believe you. We're going for it.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope, not happening.
At this
We're
point,
going.
Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Nope. The bucket will live forever. I will exist as meat pulp in the bucket. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, same thing so far. Pretty much.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh god.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
No. All right.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that
Indeed.
all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh no. Is this the bucket? Yes. Welcome. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a carnivorous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full, rich, and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we have. Will you take what you have okay, whatever. My god, dude. This is just
Can
gonna
you
be all
see
bucket.
how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you
Hubris.
see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
This is significantly different than the other ending that mirrors this, but okay. With 2 handles. Oh. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Wow. As they should be. It's the bucket. Can we touch it? Inferno bucket. Replica of the Inferno bucket, which the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to another for control. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. serious with all this though. Stress analogy bucket, or the stress bucket, an analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of endurance. Wow. Well, Stanley, you fucked up. You should never touch the bucket. Look at them worshipping the bucket. Nice music. I was like, what the fuck is that? While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discoveries of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice these drawings and how the bucket is allowing itself to be, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasure. The Great Bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Wow. The Hanging Bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably for our own. Wow. Indeed, I did have hubris. I put a sticker on my bucket. I can walk on this. Hello.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Alright. Yes! Let the bucket rule! I didn't reset. The bucket the leader now. Wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hi, bucket friend.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Indeed. Me and the bucket. Bucket and me. Well. Huh? Oh no. This is different. Is it? Was it different? I don't know. It looks fine now. They added an extra hallway though. This hallway. This is new. Open up. Right? Maybe not. I don't even know anymore, guys. This game is warping my brain. Alright, well, let's just go through it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, no, never mind.
Yes, no.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Should I take the elevator? I don't remember what the elevator does. I think this just puts us back on track. So I guess we'll just take the elevator. Sure. Why not? You and me, Bucket. Breaking new ground.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh. Okay.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Oh, no.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the
baby,
Adventure
the
Line
broom
and the
closet.
Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
No, it's my
Don't
bucket.
you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make
I
the
do.
Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I thought the adventure broom closet though. There we go. That's what the people really want to see. Really? Nothing? No? Nothing? Oh, I thought that was a hole. Alright, Adventure Line!
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
You sure did, buddy. You sure did. Yeah. This happened
Now,
one time,
this
Bucket.
is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No, I can't. I can't give up the bucket. The best thing about the sequel. And it's also my best friend. I will follow this adventure line, though. Huh.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's
No.
why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Ooh.
This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No. No, no,
I
no,
think
no.
it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
I
it
disagree.
also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Oh, I can't
Can you
destroy the
guess what the
bucket.
Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, I refuse.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
What?
buckets is all it knows. That is its
well,
singular
you know-
personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
you
I'm
see,
thinking.
if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other
Oh.
object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer
on.
merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you
The
crush
Bucket
that
Destroyer.
damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Okay. Well, this is just amazing. I love it. I wonder what would have happened if I
Bucket
gave up the
Destroyer.
bucket.
My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were Magnificent.
Goodbye, new old friend. Well, bucket is better. Fuck the bucket destroyer. Well. Oh.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Aw. Yeah, that's right. Smaller. Yeah, definitely smaller this time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Which one do I have left? I guess we can do the mind control turning off. I think that works. If we can make it there anyways.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
All right,
decided
Bucket,
that
you and
this
me are gonna
machinery
take over the
would-
world.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
No, Bucket,
Stanley
why?
gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
No!
To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Traitor!
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Huh? Ooh.
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh? Silly birds.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Oh, that one's cute.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a
Oh.
facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
No! Really? Birds. They are silly. They were adorably silly. Silly boys. Again,
Bucket,
short hallway.
A strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Indeed.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
What are we missing? I'm not sure. Okay. I'm going to try and do the boss door closing thing with the bucket. We'll see if that does anything. See if it's still possible.
Stepping in.
It sure is. Sure is. You and me only now, Bucket. You and me only now. I got the feeling money's for stealing. But not yours, of course. Though that's a lovely purse. Well, we escaped the narrator. We ditched him. What? We even go in the broom closet. Nothing. Don't really know what that's going to accomplish. Oh no. What? New. Oh, but I can't open the door. But this wasn't here before. Sorry, yeah, that definitely wasn't there before. This whole hallway wasn't here before. Open door. Oh, right, this is the escape pod ending. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I forgot how obscure this one was. Even the fact I'm leaving with Bucket isn't really doing all that much. Red and blue. Probably. Probably not. All I'm seeing is... Hope there's room for you, Bucket. How many stairs am I gonna have to go up? Launch bay. Gate. I can't. Yeah. Hello? Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. Me and the Bucket. We're out of here. Bucket? Oh no, he's crying. My dear, my sweet. You must go without me. For I must die here in this place. There is no escape. But you must go and live and see another day. For on the outside world you have nothing but opportunities you have deserved for. Goodbye, friend. And love. My Bucket. That was pretty awesome. I loved it. Okay. My sweet Bucket boy. I miss you, my child. Dad's looking at me weird. You don't know what it's like to love. I don't even care what you have to do, or you have to say, dude. I'm so upset. My dear, sweet Bucket child is gone.
Stanley
Probably
was so bad
forever.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Replacement Bucket! You know what? I have decided I can open my heart to another. Not the
And try
same.
not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Maybe I should do it again. Goodbye, my sweet second child. I will love you. Probably not as much as the first one, but it was nice seeing you around. Don't cry. You have a brother out there somewhere. And also, I guess that means maybe that this is an actual escape for Stanley if he actually was to go in by himself. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, the phone's ringing.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yes, correct.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Great. I pushed a button there. Future happiness. Does that mean I'll be happy in the future sometime for some reason? Cardboard boxes, huh? It's gone. Gone forever. Alright, this time I'm not going to end up killing myself.
Sure
That
of this,
sign's
but
still
I
there.
really do want to help
No
you, to
buckets.
show you something beautiful. Look,
No
let me prove
buckets.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
There
Give
it
me
is.
a chance. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be
I'm looking
different
forward
people
to
by
it.
then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
That's true.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Wow, that's a lot of boxes. And you know what? I don't remember either. Photo, painting. Hey, another bucket.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I could have got this at any point, really. Okay, well, we're gonna have all the collectibles.
And there it is. The last Stigley.
There it
record.
is.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where
Indeed.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yes.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Well, you know, as much as he's an asshole, I kind of believe him. And I kind of feel like that door may have just been controlled. But, you know, how do I get off of here? Oh, there's a... Right. Now where am I? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket,
The
less
bucket!
sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so
differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
What?
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
What the fuck?
What's that? Who's there?
What the fuck? What is this bucket? This goddamn bucket. What the fuck are you? Jesus Christ. The bucket is scaring me now. Oh, Lord.
Stanley,
What
I'm
the
sorry,
fuck?
but I have to put a pause on things. It's just...
Okay.
It's those figurines. Those figglers.
Yeah,
I
the
haven't
figglers.
stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Yeah.
Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't
Totally.
it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
We're gonna do this next time, guys. I think, that's a good place to leave it here. My brain is melting after that fucking bucket monologue. Holy shit. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. All hail our bucket overlords. Bye-bye, everyone.